Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses, so for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the 8K that was released by Metamaterials and asking the question, is the company for sale? Then we're going to be looking at MMTLP and comparing the estimated GTC good till cancel share price for $200,000 per share for 1,000 shares and comparing that with $180,000 per share estimated for DJT. So stay tuned for that. We're also going to be looking at a watch list review and sharing some great news for ticker symbol MARA. So stay tuned for that. So before we get started, so first headline here from Bloomberg that the S&P 500 is now on track for the biggest run in 2024. So the US stocks extended the rebound into the third consecutive session, and oil pairs as Hamas is potentially saying they're going to accept a ceasefire deal, but no confirmation of that yet. So from investing.com we can see good news just coming in that the Fed's Williams stated that the next move is likely to be lower rates. So when that happens we don't know, but he did say that eventually the rate cuts will happen. So in terms of US economic data this week, consumer credit report is expected on Tuesday, jobless claims, which will be the big one this week, on Thursday, and also consumer sentiment on Friday. So huge week also for earnings. So we can see today after close of market we're expecting the big one, which is Palantir. Then tomorrow we have Rivian, Arista, Upstart, Crocs, Datadog, BP. Wednesday we have Uber, and Thursday we have Roblox, as well as many others. So and finally some good news here for Intel, ticker symbol INTC. So from stock market news we can see that they are going to partner with 14 Japanese companies to develop technology to automate back-end chip making processes like packaging Nikkei Asia. So great news there for Intel. Let's now have a look at the potential implications for the SEC disapproving Rule 13F2. So what Curtis has stated here, tagging MMTLP, DJT, GME and AMC, is that disapproving this rule in the amendment to the CAT tracking bona fide market maker exemptions usage will benefit nobody other than the market makers who are currently exploiting and abusing limitless privileges. So there is a meeting of the House Financial Services Committee, and that is on Tuesday, May the 7th. So the agenda can be seen on the link. The SEC rule we're going to have a look at now, and he's also stated that the 74 congressional reps have asked for transparency for MMTLP, including the CAT data. So let's have a look at this rule. So in terms of the SEC fact sheet, it states here enhancing short sale rules. The final rules, so this is an adopted new Rule 13F2, and it's looking at the related form SHO and an amendment to the National Market System Plan. So under this rule, institutional investment managers that meet or exceed certain prescribed reporting thresholds will report on form SHO certain short position and short activity data. So that is huge because at the moment a lot of this information is hidden and not available certainly to retail investors and the overall public. And it also states here under the amendment to the NMS plan governing CAT, so this is also significant, CAT reporting firms will indicate whether an order is a short sale. So again, very important for transparency. So let's have a look at the question why they are stating that why does this matter? So the Act requires the Commission to prescribe the rule to make certain short sale related data publicly available. So in other words, nefarious market makers and actors out there should not be able to hide their alleged crimes. So what Kristen has stated here, big question for the Financial Committee on their vote on May the 7th. Are you trying to help the market makers, banks, hedge funds, or block the CAT system from tracking their trades? So this is a question for you, and obviously we expect this not to happen. What Factor 1 has stated is, again, tagging MMTLP, 80,000 plus families demand full approval for 13F2 and honour the oath of office and approve, and also help us to resolve MMTLP. And finally, what John Reed Stark has stated, he's shared a link to his written testimony before the US House of Representatives Financial Services Committee, and looking at balancing and deterrence with due process. So hopefully the pressure is on the SEC, and obviously they rule in favour of market transparency. Let's start by having a look at the latest DC schedule for Don, and we can see here what Jen has posted is, first of all, Wednesday is now fully booked. Monday we have 3 slots available, Wednesday fully booked. It looks like Tuesday just 1 slot available, Thursday it looks like there are 3 slots available, and Friday there are also 3 slots available. So we look forward to developments and updates from Don this week, and this is the post that I'd like to share with you from Timeless Tim, who's looked at a very interesting chart and video shared by Ace in the Biz, so go ahead and check that out. And what in this video what has been shared is an estimated DJT short squeeze share price that is close to $180,000 per share. So remember, the CEO for DJT has tagged in the MMTLP letter and identified that as having strong parallels to MMTLP fiasco. So if we look at what Tim has stated, he's also shared the GTC gut till cancer order for $200,000 per share for 1,000 shares, and this totaled $200 million. So before this could actually go through, we did have the U3 halt. So unfortunately, Tim did not get his $200 million from this single transaction. Let's now move on to have a look at the Metamaterials 8K. So what I posted earlier is that the company have announced the 8K, and the key thing in this that I picked up was a reduction in its workforce of approximately 80%. Now this is staggering and this is huge. So my opinion here is that obviously this is a staggeringly high reduction in the workforce. So if we look from a positive point of view, then this is obviously going to reduce costs, hopefully get nearer to making a profit, but obviously they are certainly not close to that right now. But from a negative point of view, it's also an indication of insufficient demand and contracts to keep people employed, because if there were contracts and obviously revenue coming through, they would not need to get rid of this many staff. So overall, from my point of view, it looks like the board are taking drastic actions to reduce the excessive costs. But what they've also stated is that the company continues to evaluate all available strategic alternatives, including but not limited to the divestiture of assets, including additional financing, security, and the sale of the company. So the illustration that the board are looking to sell their assets and the company, that's what it illustrates. And they have also stated that the company faces financial hardship that may result in shuttering facilities and or bankruptcy proceedings. So a huge warning signal there. And the question is, was it a good idea to get rid of George Palikaros, or was this a huge mistake, and are they now rudderless? So let's get a response from Wendell, who stated he's just heard that the CEO Uzi Sasson terminated the vast majority of the Metamaterial Tech team, and that they are now winding down operations. This is certainly unbelievable, and obviously if this is true, it is unbelievable. And as shareholders, we demand that the board of directors and Uzi resign immediately. What Curtis has stated is obviously that this is just disgusting in terms of what has happened. I'd like to finish off by having a quick review of the previous week's weekly watch list. So this was shared exclusively prior to trading on the Monday with the Discord members. So one of the best calls of the week was ticker symbol AGBA. That was up 47% on the week. So congratulations to everybody got in on that one. And we also called out Snap. That was up 12.8% on the week. IBRX, that was up 8.4% on the week. ZURA, that was up 12% on the week, and also by the end of the week it was up 7.4%, 12% on the Monday. SKX, that was up 1.7% on the week. ADI, that closed level on the week. STCN, that was down 1.2% on the week. So not all calls are successful, but right now the other news I'd like to share with you that was also shared in our Weekly watch list for this week is ticker symbol MARA. Obviously this Bitcoin stock has had great news, and what we shared in the Discord is that this was due to be added to the small cap 600. So if you have a look at the share price for MARA today, that was up quite significantly, I think at one point in excess of 18%. So congratulations to everybody who got into MARA. So if you would like to get the copy of our daily stock alerts as well as our weekly watch list that is shared prior to trading on a Monday, details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.